What's wrong, man?
I was hoping this ain't gonna blink. Hold on.
Give me that thing.
Hold on.
What's wrong with it now?
It's gotta stand still. Hold on. While we're waiting for y'all to come on. See? Hey there.
Hey, how's it going? Hook me up, baby.
Just so y'all know, we ordered new mics and they're on the way. Didn't we, baby? We ordered two new lapel mics. Don't laugh. We ordered two new lapel mics so that who joined us? Drop that name, baby. You gotta come up a little bit so I could, cause you know when I go to hit a recording, it be all.
Now you know you can put this on your clothes, right? And
Yeah,
then
but
it'll be right there for you.
I talk louder than you. Wait a minute, let's push. First of all, let's push this back a little bit, cause we all up in there. Happy Tuesday.
Man, it don't feel like a Tuesday.
I'm all off because let me tell you, one of my clients changed our coaching days from, well, not she didn't change it, we both changed it from Thursday. Nina, we changed to from Thursday evenings at 7 to Wednesday evenings at 7. And by yesterday being a holiday and thinking tomorrow, I'm like all off. I'm so off. But hey, whoever stopped in.
Well, how's it going? This is Terrence and Jill,
Yes, it is.
and we are here on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, as we said we would be. Y'all were almost short, because let me tell y'all something. My husband ran me a hot bubble bath, and I was in that thing falling asleep. And I was like, dang, I got to not only get out the tub and cut my bath short, I had to put on some clothes. And so my shirt a little wrinkled, and I done scrubbed my neck so hard. My my shirt's so wrinkled, but it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Cause I look, this should give you an indication of what we're gonna talk about tonight. Love. Does it say love on my? Yeah, it says love on my shirt.
That's good.
But yep. So we're Terrence and Jill.
Yes, yes, yes. And we just thank y'all for coming on. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate y'all. And if you're somebody that's new, we say thank you for joining us. And
Mm-hmm.
if you haven't seen any of our videos, please go back, check them all out, see how we got started, see the evolution to how we got to where we are today. And, subscribe, hit the all button, notifications,
Share,
share, the whole nine.
share on your Facebook page. You know, I'm a little uncomfortable with that sometimes. I'm
What?
like I'm transparent, but I am so in my own space. I'm so in my own space. So even though I could, be transparent here with y'all, I feel like this is just like a personal, private.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
please share, because maybe it's somebody who needs a little hope or encouragement. Who feel like they are just,
Well, I
so
mean, you have to be a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Just kind of reserved sometimes, because I know that sometimes people will put a comment, or I read comments that people putting on somebody else's stuff, and sometimes you just think, well, maybe they just took that out of context, or they didn't
yeah,
understand it, and
yeah.
so their comment may not have anything to do with what that person was really trying to say.
Yes, and so let's
And
let's
so,
clear up that
you know,
comment that was made over the weekend by a
on
comment.
See, I ain't no need to give him that life.
No, I'm not even gonna name the
No.
person. That person know who they are because
So
back about a year or so ago, that person used to light up in our comment section, and then that person calmed down after they got checked a couple of times.
it ain't even worth bringing life to that. Yeah.
But okay,
It's
okay.
it ain't even worth. How y'all doing?
Hey everybody, it's Terrence and Jill.
This is the type of conversation we have out there.
Yes.
But we hope that what we're going to share today, it's not really us sharing, it's all of us sharing.
We need y'all included as well.
Yes, we want to have some fun today.
Hey Mel, we want to do something different today.
Yes.
And we want to kind of do something different moving forward. Like, because we make it clear that we're not relationship experts.
Right,
We're not,
right.
And sometimes when we go back to look at those videos, it feels like we're giving advice, and it's like, even though we're sharing our testimony,
Yeah.
but sometimes it feels like it's coming across like we are telling you what to do, and
yeah, that ain't what we come on to do.
And that's not what what the original intent for it to be like. And so we wanted to try to steer away a little bit from some of how we were doing. Maybe on our recorded videos we might, give like some points or something, but for the most part,
we just want to have a conversation.
We want to have a conversation.
Yeah. So we need y'all to conversate with us so we can conversate with you and we conversate with each other.
Baby, converse. It's converse. Sometimes you say converse, sometimes you say conversate. I mean, I try not to contact.
No, she tried to correct me every time I say anything. So I just let it come out now because she's going to do what she do.
And you're going to know in a minute why. So what we talking about today, baby?
Today we are talking about, we're going to actually end
the title, baby.
our conversation we're going to end our conversation that we've been having about 2 Peter 1 verse 5. And the last of those characteristics that we haven't spoke about
Keisha.
Is love. So we're going to talk about love today.
You want to start off with the scripture?
So yes. Yeah, I'm going to start off with the scripture because they've heard it right now probably 7-8 times. But we're going to finish today, okay? So y'all don't have to worry about us reading this scripture till you next week. So here it is. 2 Peter 1 verse 5 says, "For this very reason, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue, and virtue with knowledge, and knowledge with self-control, and self-control with steadfastness, and steadfastness with godliness, and godliness with brotherly affection, and brotherly affection with love." So today we just want to talk about love.
And we want y'all to talk about it too.
Yeah, so rather than go through a whole lot of things that we actually went through, we're just going to share some things that we just absolutely love.
Yeah, and we want y'all to share too.
Yes.
So we're going to throw out the question that you asked. And this is the thing. When you think about these answers, just give that one thing that you absolutely love. We're not saying a whole because it's hard to and let me go back. Let me go back. Let me tell you why we're doing this exercise. First of all, y'all know I'm a coach. Y'all know I'm a nonprofit development coach. But in that, like a lot of times, like with my family's parties and stuff, they get me to do the games. They get me to do the facilitating. Even working on a job, I was always the facilitator. Like, I can come up with some really good games to make you think, so I am going to I always do the icebreakers, or like with any type of meetings and stuff. So the reason why I want to do this exercise is because it's something that we touched on in our video that we did on Saturday. We did a video on Saturday about how we're building our dynasty. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things we talked about is knowing your what and your why. Knowing your what and your why. And why that is important is because a lot of people know why they're doing things, like why they want to make money, why they want to find a husband or a mate or want to be married. And most of the time, why is attached to something negative. most of the time. Like I want to, own my own business because I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. I want to own my own business because I don't want my family to ever go through any struggle, whatever. A lot of times a why is attached to negativity. But when you ask a what, it makes you stop in your tracks because the Bible says, what do you want? Of course, we know the story. Who did he ask? He asked Solomon, I think. He asked Solomon, what do you want? Solomon said, I want wisdom. Because he said wisdom, God gave him, a whole bunch of stuff aside from, what he gave Solomon. So asking what, not only does it make you really think, but it positions you to be aligned with whoever that mate is that is able to meet your what. So when you know your why, you got to know your why you're doing things and why you're making certain decisions. But a lot of times that could be propelling people. But when you say what you want, that draws, I like to believe that draws the person who has that same what they want in comparison. So these things that we're going to get ready to talk about, we'll share our the one thing in these categories that we absolutely love, and we want you to drop yours too. And you're going to probably really think about it. And we want you to say the one thing, even though there's a category that can have 5 things that you love. Out of those 5 things, what is that one thing that you absolutely love? That one thing. So drop them in the comments. Who's in? Everybody in? Please say everybody in. So while you're starting to think, because you don't know what I'm going to ask, or you don't know what we're going to ask, while you're starting to kind of think about what we might ask, we want to just talk about love language really quickly because that's something that we need to if you like. A lot of people don't subscribe to this theory of love language, but to me, it has a lot of validity, and we want to first talk about our love language because that's one of the when we came into communication or into when we came into that we'll talk about my love language and Terrence's love language, but that was one of the things that really attracted us. Attracted me, and we're gonna tell you why. But just in case you are not familiar with the 5 love languages, let's say what they are really quickly. Words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, touch.
And what's the last one?
Y'all help me. Wait a minute. Acts of service. I just know quality time, acts of service, words of confirmation. I'm sorry, words of affirmation. Wait a minute. Acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and touch. Gifts. Thank you, Keisha. Gifts and touch. Those are the 5. And so normally each individual fall into 1 or 2, but there's one main one that we usually fall into. Babe, what's my love language?
Yours is words of affirmation.
Yes, and Terrence's is touch. It's touch. And so in the beginning, when we were first dating or first getting to know each other, because at first it was just by phone. Yeah. The reason why he really sealed me is because he nailed my love language. He was like, there were times like because of his work schedule, like I wouldn't hear from Terrence for days, and that's why you can't tell everybody everything because people would. I would have had if I would have told people, oh, I didn't hear from him in days, they would be like, girl, like you can't go on that. But anyway, when I would hear from him, like I would hear from him like between his shifts, and he'll like send me a song. And that would just like send me over because that's my love language. And then when we got to know each other, like what did I do when we first saw each other? That
the first time I saw you?
Yeah.
Oh, you jumped in my arms.
And he said he will always remember that.
I think you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because y'all tell me what y'all think about this. I think it's important that you remember the first impression that someone makes on you. Because later on, and you know, nobody's perfect, but later on, when you start having issues, you know what I mean, or you have concerns and y'all have arguments or whatever, you know, if I'm speaking to another guy and something is going on, the first thing I ask him is, well, what did you think about her when you first met her? You know what I mean? Because it's like you telling me y'all been together for 5 years now. All of a sudden, you act like there ain't nothing about her that you like, or you care about, or you're attracted to. It's like, so then how did you be with her for 5 years or however long that was? So I always ask that question. I just think it's important for people to remember. You know, maybe y'all grown out of love. I don't know. Maybe something has happened since then, but you can't tell me you didn't see something in the beginning for you all to be together for this long before, and now all of a sudden you act like, you know, there's nothing about her at all that you don't like. That don't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. And I remember because, you know, for the first couple of months, it was a long time. It was almost it was a long time that we just talked by text and phone.
Yep.
And email. And I remember you were on your way to see me, and you said, and I said, well, what if you don't like me?
You did.
And what did you say?
I said I already like you.
And that was the words that affirmed me. That was the words that affirmed me. And then I guess between those words and when I guess I jumped in your arms, and that is so weird because that's just not me. Like I gave up all my cool points. Like when I like it was just so easy to just be with you, be around you, and all the rules broke. But yeah. So what's your love language? Drop them love languages. Drop them love languages. And you know what is so funny? It's just not only, you know, knowing that person's love language and loving that person in their love language, but also, you know, I had to learn how to love you. Am I saying that right? Yours is gifts. Kelsey, acts of service. Okay. Um,
And it's funny she says acts of service. It ain't funny, but it's kind of like we both are givers. So sometimes acts of service can also fall with us both because we really like doing stuff for other people.
y'all, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something that we discovered a few months ago. This is almost like if this, assuming that it's just women on here and y'all waiting for y'all God-ordained mate, if that prospect does this, perk up your ears. We discovered that fixing dinner, quality time, and gifts.
Gifts,
Okay,
okay.
that if someone cooks dinner for you, they are displaying all five love languages. If someone cooks, the food is the gift. Of course, to prepare the meal is the act of service. You're having dinner with them. That's quality time. Um, wait a minute. Gifts, acts of service, quality time. Oh, touching is, you know, you eating the food. That's touch. And then words of affirmation, and that can come in any way. If they say what you want for dinner, if they say I'm fixing dinner for you, if they say did you eat, you're a giver, but also people as a whole. Yeah. So if somebody cooks dinner for you, man, and that goes, and now I understand why a lot of men, they want a woman who cook, you know, who could cook, or it's not even so much about them being a servant, a servant to them, is that makes them feel loved. That's how they are receiving love. That's how they are interpreting love. And so yeah. So we discovered that we had talked about that a couple of months ago, and I was like, oh my God, that is right. Like if you fix dinner for someone, if you're like a dinner date, like if we didn't know each other and we, you know, and we had a dinner date, Yeah, think about that. So if you're getting to know someone, unless you really, 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 really like them, I wouldn't fix dinner for 'em. Like you got to reserve that whole thing for somebody who you have moved up to the next level. But yeah, you love to cook, especially from scratch. Oh wow,
And see that right there, I've heard like my cousin, you
yes,
know,
Bridget.
that's one of the things why she loved to cook. She says it's her way of showing Scott that she loves him and she likes watching him eat what she
My mother's
cooks.
like that.
So it really excites her that he eats her cooking the way he
Yes,
does.
yes,
So
yes.
it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that's wild.
yeah. That's wow. It's funny because also with love languages, you got to be very careful because your love language, if it's expressed the wrong way, it can turn into hate. It can be misinterpreted. For me, I'm gonna just take ownership. Like I love words of affirmation, but I'm also quick at the tongue. So if someone says something to me, I'm gonna snap back, and that love language. I mean that those words can come out
Yeah.
as hate, and so
Yeah.
and it's even with men who not you, but I'm just saying it's even with men whose love language is touch. They may be aggressive when they grabbing on their people. So come over here, give me a hug, give me a kiss, and it could come across as negative. We were my guilty pleasures, watching reality TV, and I was watching. Y'all probably was watching Two Real Housewives the other night, and they were Sonya was talking about her family, her parents as well as her sister and her sister's family living with them. And Sonya said, I wanted to be so, and she basically what she's doing is that she's her brother-in-law is her assistant, her family, they're her and her husband have a son, and so they're doing all these entertainment things and businesses and stuff, and the sister and the mom is taking care of the house and watching the child, and so it's coming across like well, let me say, Sonya made a comment and said, excuse me, she said, I always picture, me being successful so I can do all these things for you all. And it's like you're basically, but you're you but because her love language is obviously acts of service, that like she it's almost like she requires them to do for her because that's her love language. And so the mother and the sister and the mother had a conversation, and the mother and the sister, that was like, she's not selfish, she's just self-centered. And sometimes you got to watch your love language. Like you can't push your love language on people and expect them to reciprocate, because for one, that might not be their love language, and they might take offense to how you're expressing your love language. Because like I see a lot of people, okay, first of all, I'm talking a lot because my word, I, I'm talking so much. That's my love language. I'm being a little offensive, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but I will tell y'all this. Something that she and I talked about when we first really started seeing each other was because we're both givers, we both actually had to work on receiving.
Oh my God.
So sometimes a simple question like, what do you want for dinner? Or where do you want to go for dinner? Turns out to be a 35, 45-minute conversation. It's like, you got to be kidding. So it gets to a point sometimes where you just sometimes just got to do and say, you know what? We're not going to have a 45-minute conversation about what we're going to eat or
And let me
whatever.
tell y'all, I'm so glad you point out givers. Let me tell y'all before we ask y'all these questions, let me tell y'all what happened last night. My husband was washing the dishes and cut himself. Look at that. He cut his finger. And I just happened to come in the kitchen, getting some water before I go to bed, and blood was everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, you're bleeding. And he was like, I can handle it. I got it. Just just find me a Band-Aid. I got, and I was like, no, let me be. I was like, wait, first of all, we're going to the hospital because the thing was just gushing out. And I was like, let me be your wife. I finally got to be somebody's emergency contact. Let me be your wife. Like, let me handle this. Let me handle this cut. And it was like, because he's used to doing things for me, it was like it was hard for him to receive me.
Well, it wasn't hard for me to receive. You are very emotional every time anything happens. And it's like, I was trying to tell you, really, just calm down and just get a band aid. I don't need to go to the doctor. But
But it was
you
a
was like,
deep cut.
oh my God. And it's
I
like,
was pulling
calm
stuff all
down.
out. I couldn't find the Band-Aids. I couldn't find nothing. But I really, really wanted to. He was trying to watch the game. I was like, cut this game off. Get in the bed. Get in the bed right now. Prop up your arm. Get in this bed. I bandaged him up. But I'm like, let me do my wifely duties.
She did. She did.
I had to like rock him to sleep like a. I was like, you haven't given me a baby, so you got to be my baby.
See what I told y'all. I asked y'all last week, pray for me, didn't
And he went to sleep right like this with his arm up, just like this. And I had to make sure he was good, you
But
know.
yeah,
But
we had to talk about how to receive from each other because we both are givers. So it just,
mm,
when you are uncomfortable receiving because you like to be the giver, you got to learn how to do that so the other person don't feel like you're not allowing them to do
yes,
their part.
yes,
So yeah,
yes. So, but that's a part of love, and you know, giving and
yeah.
receiving love, and sometimes learning how to love each other and learning how to, and it's beyond like I had to learn how to love people before you,
Hmm.
learn how to love each one of my sisters according to their love language. Somebody said gifts. I remember I was having a conversation with a group of friends. This was years ago, and one of the girls that was in the group, she was saying that her love language is gifts, and she got mad because her boyfriend bought her a purse that she did not like, and she went off. She went off, and he took offense to it. Of course, he don't know nothing about no love languages. He just gave her, she likes nice things, and he gave her what he thought was a nice
Hmm.
thing, and she went off, went off, and it was kind of after the initial conversation. It was a group of us. It was the initial conversation was like, oh, that was kind of selfish of her. But when she put it in perspective, you know, her parents, that's what they did. Her growing up, that's how they were very into their careers. They were hardly home, and so, but what they
Mm.
did do is they gave her and her sisters gifts. They always had the latest and the greatest and the best and the
Hmm.
designer and all of this, and that's what they knew. And so when you don't give a gift the right way, she takes it personally. And so yeah, it's a real thing. It is a real thing, and just to understand people when somebody say, I know it's this one person on my Facebook. She's somebody that I know, a family friend, but she always puts stuff on Facebook on like um who want to bring me lunch today? It's Friday. Who want to bring me lunch today? All right, don't y'all all speak at once. Who coming down such and such avenue and want to drop off me lunch? And on the surface is annoying. It's like, girl, but it's a cry for love. It's in her. Clearly, her love language is acts of service or even gifts, but probably acts of service. She needs someone to serve her. So it goes deep. It's really deep. So,
So yeah, so we want to get y'all involved with this conversation. So we got some questions that we want to ask, all about love,
all
but
about
we got
love.
some questions that we want to ask to get y'all's take on some things.
Yeah, and just answer that one thing. So as we said, is in the category. It can be a lot of things could come to your mind, but think about
Yeah.
that one thing.
Yes.
And this probably helped you to get to know yourself in a deeper, different way, because we was like, oh my God, you had to think about that one. So, all right. So the first one is, what love song with the word love in it that you absolutely love?
What
What's
love
yours?
song
With
with love in the title that I love the most?
yes, what is it for you?
The ones for me is the one that we heard.
And don't say no other ones, but this is the one.
Let me
Okay,
finish.
okay. Y'all
The,
drop y'all's.
the one for me is the one that we heard when we went to see New Edition,
What
Lost in Love. I told you that was my favorite song when I
is
was
that? What it's
little.
called?
Yep. I Googled it to make sure that that was the title.
What is it? I'm lost in love.
Yeah.
Mama, tell me that. What
Hmm.
is that? What that is?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. My
I got a lot that I love, but I had to pick one. And that one right there was the first one that I heard that made me like that group. So
sweet love, Anita Baker.
you know
You
what?
better
I was
go,
just listening to
girl.
that one. I was just
Oh,
listening to that one.
oh. Oh my God, this is hard for me. But I gotta go what I've always been saying for the last 30 years. My favorite love song with the word love in it is Someone to Love by Mint Condition.
Okay. Okay.
Mel, you got one?
Who else got one? There's a lot of nice songs out there too,
Mhm.
because that one beat out some great ones that I wrote
Yeah.
down before that one.
That was
Yeah.
the name of that?
Yep. I
By
also,
Liz-
yeah,
Yeah.
because you know my boy's on my list. I'm a Lionel Richie fan. Yeah.
But what's his song? Oh,
Lionel
I think
Richie,
that's everybody's favorite love
My
song.
Love, or
No,
Jesus is
Jesus
Love.
is love.
Lenny Williams, you
Cause
know.
I love you. I love Love Won't Let Me Wait. Okay, by Luther. All right,
Oh, that's
all
awesome.
right.
I didn't even think of Luther. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It just so,
Love
yeah,
Ballad by Jeffrey Osborne. But
yeah,
wow. Mm.
yeah.
But
That was
that one love song that yeah. All right, y'all. What's the favorite what's the beverage that you love the most? What's the beverage that you love the most?
oh, that's a hard one. One beverage.
One that you love the most.
I grew up drinking Kool-Aid.
I ain't gonna lie, because I grew up drinking Kool-Aid, I hate it. I hate
I
it.
grew up drinking Kool-Aid. Yeah.
That's
So
what.
I love Kool-Aid.
Okay, my beverage that I love the most, and y'all church people do not judge me, is red wine. Tea with lemon. That's probably what. That's probably would fall in my top five. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, red wine will probably be my beverage that I love the most.
And I love wine.
Yeah. Hmm.
Anybody else?
Anybody else? Food.
Oh.
What's the food you love the most? That one food.
Um, the one food I love the most is going to be Thanksgiving dinner. The turkey, the rice, the gravy, the stuffing,
It's got to all
yeah,
go together in
the, the
one thing.
cranberry sauce. That's just my favorite meal of the year every year. Yeah.
Oh my, yeah. The funny story is that when we were first, as a matter of fact, our very first conversation, I never forget our very first conversation on the phone that we had, because we were texting and
Mm-hmm.
each other or DMing each other for a long time. But then we graduated. Your mama fried some good chicken. I love fried chicken, but I have to cut it down on yeah. Um, uh, our very first conversation on the phone, and that was a lengthy conversation. That's when I learned you had 15 brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what's your favorite food? And you were like, Thanksgiving. Then I was like, oh my God, Lord. Oh God. He done put the pressure on me, especially after saying how all his sisters know how to cook real good. I was like, oh my God, this man putting pressure on me.
Wasn't
But
trying to. Wasn't trying to.
my favorite, the food that I love absolutely the most, the food that I absolutely love the most is, believe it or not, cookies. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because when I was a little girl, my grandmother, my great grandmother, um, every time I would come home from school, she would have homemade cookies waiting for me. And if she didn't have homemade cookies for me, she would have a pack of cookies just waiting for me. And that's I probably take that as love. Oxtails, you better go, girl. I know that's right.
Wow.
I know that's right.
Oxtails.
That means you could cook, Keisha. That means you could cook. So yeah, cookies would be my the food that I love the most. The food that I love the most. Activity
Oh.
alone. What's that one
Oh, to
activity
do alone?
that you love the most to do alone?
It would probably be going to the water.
Alone.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It relaxes me going to the water. I can sit out there. I used to talk to you on the phone sometimes when we first started.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What's y'all activity that y'all love doing the most alone? I would say the one activity that I love doing the most alone is shopping.
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. What about act? Y'all got some activities that y'all love to do alone? Same. Just sit at the lake for hours. Wow.
Yeah. When we first started conversing on the phone, I would actually stop at my favorite place to eat.
Sitting at the beach alone. Wow.
Yep. I would go get me some Bojangles chicken. I go to the lake, get on the phone with her, and I sit there, eat my food, and we just talk for hours.
I remember when the pandemic, y'all did y'all listen to what's my boy? What's the DJ name? Oh, what's my boy name? Y'all know that got the awards for having the DJ shows during on Saturday night. DJ Nice. Is it nice? D Nice. D Nice. D Nice. I remember one. It was when they were had banned us from going up and down the roads, and Terrence couldn't come up the road to see me, and we was in a pandemic, and DJ Nice was playing. He had his DJ going on, and Terrence was on the phone with me at the lake, and it was like such a mood. It was like the best, the absolute best. But yeah, activity together. Did I say activity
No,
together?
that was alone.
Oh, together. Probably traveling. I love traveling with you, baby.
Yeah, I love traveling with you
Yeah, I
also.
love traveling. I love
I was gonna say road trips when
road.
we just pick a road and just drive and
I like
end up
getting.
wherever we end up.
I like boarding the plane with you. I like getting on the plane. Like I like it. And one of the reasons why is because now I ain't got to carry my luggage. Like
See, that's what I told you. We went on this cruise. I was like, you taking all this stuff. You're just like, well, it's only these bags. I was like, yeah, but I'm the one carrying them all.
but it's
It's a
like
vacation
now
for
I
you.
used to have all my different luggage, all at the backpack and all. I was like, now I got me a boo. I could, but no, I do. I like flying. I do really do. I like flying with you. I love flying with you. I love traveling with you. Um, y'all done made me put Luther on. Oh, put it on. And let me tell you, YouTube better not ban us because we talking about these songs. I was just thinking about that, but all right. What's your favorite attire? Not your favorite, the attire that you love.
Oh,
that you love wearing?
mine is dress clothes. I love putting a suit on.
Yeah.
Love, love, love putting the suit on.
Yeah. I used to love, I was a jeans and t-shirt girl. Baseball cap, jeans, t-shirt. Now it is definitely putting on a dress, putting on a sundress with heels. That's like my favorite attire.
Yeah. I love a sundress on you.
Thank you, baby. That was the very first thing he saw me in
Yeah.
when we first met. We were supposed to go out on a date. He was coming up, and we were supposed to go out on a date, and we were supposed to go to a restaurant. Nice jeans and dress blouse. That is cute. That is cute. Yes. And we were supposed to go out on a date, and he came. You came. It was a Friday night, and it was our first time meeting each other, seeing each other, not meeting each other, seeing each other in person, and it was raining like cats and dogs.
Jeans.
Jeans. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Keisha. Yes. Yes. And it was raining like cats and dogs, and I was all dressed up. I had on my heels, I had my halter dress, and it was raining, raining, raining. And we ended up just ordering a pizza. And let me tell you something. This man was not driving back. He was not driving back all the way back to Charlotte in all that rain. And yes, I made him spend the night. I made him spend the night. And it was so much self control. Thank you, Jesus. But I made him spend the night. And yeah, the next day we went to the park.
Yeah.
And we walked around the lake.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um the ooh, what recording artist do y'all absolutely love the most?
That's hard without a genre to
No,
narrow it
if you
down.
love them, you love them. If you absolutely love them above everybody else, you just absolutely love them. And it's more than
Okay.
just music. It's the personality. It's the everything.
I will go with Miss CC Winans.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Get the Lord in there.
You took mine right. I was about to say it. Keisha done. She wrapped mine up. I was about to say Cece would have been there, but this dude, I have to give him his props. He done created just about every song that I love, and that's Fred Hammond. So yeah, Fred Hammond is my top. Fred Hammond, I love Fred Hammond the most. Um, Cecilia. Oh, Cece and her husband's church is here. That yes, that's Fred is the GOAT. Yes, Cece. Yes. Have you been to Cece's church? Cece's name is Priscilla. I thought you were saying was trying to say Cecilia. What's her name? Cecilia Cruz. Cecilia Cruz. I want to visit her church. I
Where's it
really
at?
want. It's in Nashville.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, well, that's just right down
yeah,
on
it's
the other
like
side of the mountain.
Yeah, that's like 6 hours.
Yeah, we
Maybe I
need
have
to
to do a road trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that would be a nice little getaway.
Mm-hmm. We can
Cause
do it.
I think her son is the pastor now, isn't he? Well, he does a lot. Her son just got married.
We can do that trip.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, favorite. I keep saying favorite. The travel destination that you love the most.
Oh man.
Yes, her son pastors. I love her. Her kids. That's how you would really tell somebody's the integrity of a person is you look at their fruit. You look at the kids that they produce. I love that. Like just like one of the reasons why that I love Tony Evans because you look at all of his kids are in ministry. You look at the fruit that they produce, and so yeah, I love that. That's what I really love about CeCe Winans. Other than her music and her spirit, she got a spirit, beautiful spirit.
I
Travel
guess
destination that you love.
the one I love is going to the mountains.
Okay.
I love the mountains.
Paris. Party. Party. I'm a simple girl. I would say the travel destination that I love the most is Destin. Destin, Florida. Although I'm staying out of Florida because of all this DeSanto stuff. So I'm about to change that. You haven't been there yet to Destin? To Destin or to the church? Um, yeah, Destin. I absolutely love Destin, Florida. To me, is the most beautiful beach in America. White sand, crystal clear water.
This just isn't the time to go see it.
It's just not the time. Oh, to your travel that you love. Well, what is it? What is it? Even though you haven't been there, you've been in your mind. You got to tell your boo so he could take you. Where is it? You got to tell. Um, what season do you love the most?
Oh, that's you know that season.
Oh,
My birthday's on Christmas Day. What kind of
holiday season,
what?
yeah. Christmas is
Hello.
Christmas season, yeah. He loves
All right,
Christmas
right
season.
after Labor Day, we're gonna be singing
Fall.
Silent Night.
I love spring. I absolutely love spring, especially because our wedding was in spring. I love the spring.
I love the seasons changing, being
I
able to wear
love,
different clothes. I like wearing fleeces. I like wearing, certain shirts and types of long sleeve shirts. And so as the season change, I really love it. But if I had to pick one season, it's gonna be Christmas all the time.
yeah, I like fall too. Fall though,
Fall ain't like it used to be
I was
though.
great to say that. You just was about this. Fall it's changed. Fall ain't like it used to be.
Not down here in Charlotte.
Fall, I mean, even when I was in Maryland, it was like fall had changed. It
Yeah.
wasn't like it used to be. Like it was like I used to love when September 1st hit.
Yeah,
That's
when you
like
knew the temperature was
when you
changing, it
knew that the
started getting a little cool.
breeze.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be. It's something weird about fall to me now.
Yeah, it's the weather's not like it used to be.
Yeah, you took the words right. We think alike. I was gonna say fall ain't like it used to be. Yeah, spring has sprung. It, you know. Um, and this last one. Uh, what's that one restaurant that you absolutely love? That one restaurant that you absolutely love.
Old Charlie's.
I've never been there.
Oh my goodness. We done been to every restaurant around here, but I ain't never taken you there.
You ain't never taken me
We
there.
got to go to Old Charlie's.
It always look deserted every time we ride past. It look like nobody's in the parking lot.
I don't know. I
What
don't.
they got? They got Thanksgiving food there.
No, it's like
You be
it's
getting
a
the turkey and the
it's no,
gravy.
it's a step up
Cause my
from
baby gotta have gravy with everything.
it's a step up from Showmars. It's like yeah.
Texas Roadhouse,
Oh,
girl.
we tear that up.
We tear that up.
We we go there all the time.
Y'all don't judge me. You know what restaurant I absolutely love the most? Don't judge me. Popeyes. You met I met my future spouse
Mm,
in a girl. So it's in the works? You met him at a wedding?
wow.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. You judging me? Girl, ain't nothing like a two-piece spicy white with red beans and rice. Girl, I love me some Popeyes. I love me some Popeyes. And we always go back and forth with Popeyes or Bojangles. Y'all can have Bojangles. Give me Popeyes. Give me Popeyes. And it's a Popeyes down the street. I love Popeyes. Cheesecake Factory. Now,
That's good
that
too.
would have been, when I was thinking about this list, I would have said Cheesecake Factory. That is probably my all-time favorite. But no, I take it back. It's not my all-time favorite. Popeyes is my all-time favorite. Popeyes never disappoint. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. The chicken can be a little dry, but for the most part, it satisfies me. I love Popeyes, and with a good biscuit with some strawberry jam and some sweet tea.
Most
Popeyes.
of my favorite restaurants used to be something that had something to do with breakfast. However,
Yeah.
because I gave up pork, it changes. Breakfast has changed since I've given up pork because it just ain't the same without the bacon and the
That's
sausage and
true.
but
That's true. Now we love Showmars too.
yeah,
Like it don't like we love. Let me be clear. We love fine dining. Let's be clear. We
yeah,
absolutely love fine dining.
yeah,
It's probably because we love to dress up. We love fine dining. Like we gotta put that into our.
yes. We will pay for an
We
experience
will
in a minute.
pay. Let me
Yeah.
tell y'all. We went to RH.
Mm.
We went to RH and we were waiting to be seated, and we just went to the wine bar. I got a glass of red wine. Terrence got this.
They
What we
let you
do?
walk around the whole building.
The whole with the furniture, everything is a because you pay for the experience. When that lady said $70 something for the two of them glasses of wine, we was like,
We should have bought the bottle.
and then big spender up there. You don't comment about prices. You don't if you what you say something about you mess.
No, it's in my opinion. If we're gonna go to a restaurant like that, we knew before we got there what the prices were. So
I ain't
it is
know
what it
no
is.
glass of red wine was gonna cost 30 something just for one
Cause she
glass.
makes all our reservations. So it's like
I mean, I didn't think about that. I mean, I'm
no, we
not
chose to
complaining.
come
I was
here,
just a little
get what you
shocked.
want, cause we here for the experience.
I was just a little shocked. I'm just saying. I was just a little shocked because you can go to Dresslers, which is just to me, just the ambiance and the environment is just as beautiful, and a red glass of wine,
Yeah.
$10, $12. Which to me, I don't think you should pay over. Like I'd rather have bought the bottle. Like,
Hmm.
you know, I don't think we should be paying more than $20 for a glass of wine. Like seriously. And look, we go to 131 Main, guess what? We can bring our own bottle of wine. And they will uncork it for free for no cost. So Toronto's restaurants to be unusually wow. Yeah, and RH wasn't that expensive. Like the food wasn't that expensive, like
Hmm.
at all. Like, but I see what they do. They the experience is to get you tipsy so you can go down and spend up your money in the furniture. So, but RH, if y'all haven't gone, I don't know. Every city doesn't have an RH restaurant, but
Yeah.
I know Philly has one.
We still got to go back because across the parking lot was another restaurant
Oh, yeah, we got to go to
we
that
said
one.
we wanted to go to.
Yeah, so we like
Yeah.
we fine
Y'all
dining
need to
like
go to the Omni Hotel and eat out of their
oh
restaurant.
that's in the mountains in
That's off the
the
chain.
sunset. Oh my God, the whole half of the restaurant is overlook. It's no wall. It's overlooking the mountain. It is just absolutely. We went there on our honeymoon.
Mm.
It is just absolutely gorgeous, and it's not. And that's what I'm saying. We go to some fine
Yeah.
dining, and we don't ever pay like because and let me be clear. When we went to RH, that did not stop us getting more glasses of wine. I was just a little taken aback by the price. And not that we got the money like that to just be spending on red wine, but I'm just saying. But but yeah, I was a little taken aback. But yeah, but even going to the Omni,
Yeah.
to the Sunset restaurant, we didn't spend,
Yeah. That was.
$35 a glass of wine.
Yeah. So.
Mm,
So yeah, we
mm-mm.
we just like experiences.
Yeah, we
We like
do.
outdoor
We
living.
love outdoor
So
living.
that's if they got a patio or somewhere we can sit outside and eat. Yeah.
We're going rooftop. We're going to
Yeah.
sit on the rooftop. You know, that's what we do. Yeah, winter is different too. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But guess we be out there on our we be having we have happy hour right there, right on that. We got a screened in patio.
Yeah.
And so we have our happy hour with our slow jams and our bottle
Hmm.
red bottle of wine. 'Cause that's all we drink is red bottle. That's all we drink is red wine. Yeah, so things we love to do.
That's love is in the air.
Love is in the air. God is love. God is
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. That's it. That was all I. Thank y'all for sharing what y'all love to do. Keisha judging me on my Popeyes chicken. I'm gonna have to bring him. Next time I'm gonna have some Popeyes right here, and I'm gonna eat dinner right here with my chicken and my red beans and rice. I haven't had that in a
Look,
long time.
having things to love is is awesome because there are times when you don't have a great day. Things ain't
Yes,
going right, and you need to know in your mind that you can change the channel.
you can change the
And these
channel and
topics that we just discussed are just a
go.
few of thousands
Go
of
turn on
topics
that.
that you can sit there and say, I need
Mhm.
to change my
Mhm.
mood. I need to get myself out of this funk and get
Mhm.
myself into something that's just going to make me laugh and
So let me
think
ask
of
y'all
something.
something. What happens if oh yes at a wedding? That's awesome. That you know what that says? That to me says that there is something about the bride and groom that's a beautiful thing.
Oh, it is.
If you could create an environment
Mm-hmm.
where you're producing um love. For us, let me tell y'all really quickly this love story. One of the things that we had prayed for and that we kept stressing about our wedding day is that it was more, we wanted more at your brother's wedding. That's awesome. We wanted more of a feel than a look.
Mm-hmm.
And so when my aunt kept on saying, well, what is it that you want it to look like? Do you want this? Do you want this color? Do you
Yeah.
want this color? And I kept on saying, I can't explain it. It's more of a feeling. There's more, it's an environment, there's an atmosphere that we're trying
Mm-hmm.
to create. Thank God for Fred Hammond because
Mm-hmm.
um, one of the songs, oh my God,
Go
what
ahead.
was Amazing Love? Why didn't I think about that song? That's the song that our wedding party walked in on. Dang. Oh, but I say that to say, so one of my good girlfriends, who's been one of my good girlfriends for years and years,
Mm-hmm.
she, oh wow, he was a groomsman. Ooh, and you was a bridesmaid. One of my good girlfriends, along with one of my sisters, um, you think about it either. I love that song. Right, Keisha? How could we say that Fred Hammond is our favorite and we ain't pick a Fred Hammond song that we love? Ooh, ooh. But one of my good girlfriends sang, she sang at the wedding. And at the
Mm-hmm.
time, she was very much single, very much single. And she didn't know anybody. She didn't know any of my other girlfriends at the wedding. She came alone. She had came with her sister and her mom had drove her down. Um, but she was very much, single. And she, after the wedding, she hooked up with some of my other girlfriends because I was with my boo. So she hooked up with some of my other girlfriends, and they formed a nice little bond or whatever. And she started telling them about this guy that likes her, whatever. Long story short, we got married in April. He proposed to her out of the whim in July. They got married in September, and we drove up to the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and so many other connections, friendships, and even um, couples that are now dating at our wedding that were at our wedding that are now like pursuing relationships. It's like friendships were formed, and
Yeah.
I always say that's a beautiful thing if your wedding can produce love. If your wedding can produce love connections. But what I was gonna ask before that, I was gonna say, what happens if what happens if you the person that you're with don't hate something that you absolutely love. Suppose your mate. Do you like Fred Hammond?
Yeah. I listen for Hammond all the time.
You like Popeyes?
They all right. If we going there to eat, I eat. But
You
if there's a
say what?
Bojangles across the street
Or Old
or
Charlie's?
Old Charlie's,
We won't be eating together. And that's what I said. What if you love something and your mate don't love it or they hate it?
I'll make sure you get what you want, though.
Yeah, you do. That's compromise, huh?
No, I'm just gonna cater to you. That's what I do. I like giving you what you deserve. You know,
And that's what the
why am I
biggest
going to get married to somebody and then not give them
one of
that?
my biggest
That don't
frustrations
make
with my
sense.
husband is like, I be like, what do you want though? I want to make you happy. I want what you want. I'm
It
like,
ain't that I want what you want, but you're watching what you eat all the time. So
so no
I can get
Popeyes for me.
anything that I need to eat from
No
any
Popeyes for
restaurant we
me.
go to. So go if we got to go to a certain restaurant for you to get what you need to stay in your points or whatever you're doing that day. I'm cool with that. I'll find something on the menu that I can eat. I'm not counting points. I eat anything. So
No cookies.
but I don't want you to
No
go to a
Popeyes.
restaurant that I'm wanting to eat at, and then you get there and say, "Oh, I can't find nothing that fits inside what I'm doing today."
The
Then
compromise.
that so no, let's go where you can get what you need because you're selective. Then I just pick whatever I need. And believe me, until gave up pork, I didn't have an option. You know, I can go anywhere and get anything I wanted. Now I have to watch because I'm getting tired of chicken. Eating chicken all the time, eating turkey all the time, eating
Mm-hmm.
steak all the time. It's like, oh, there's
Mm-hmm.
got to be something different.
You want some
You know,
pork.
some
You want
fish,
some. You
something.
want some bacon. Some
So,
pork chops.
so that's when I just have to say no. The reason why I'm not eating that is I have a reason. And that reason is very important. So,
But the compromise, well,
you know,
I was gonna say, but the compromise is the heat and the air. But they ain't even no compromise. He cannot win that battle. That's something I will fight tooth and like. It's hot. It's hot in here. We had an air on in the wintertime.
look, I haven't controlled the AC since we got together.
We got on a panel. We were on a panel a couple of months ago with some couples on a marriage panel, and the guys told Terrence, he was like, brother, get a jacket. That's all we could say. That you cannot win that with women. Like,
Well, I've never tried to. I told you.
yeah.
So even when you ask me, baby, did you move the heat? I'm like, why would you even ask that? I don't even go over there near that thing. And you know that.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, what did you leave it on the last time you touched it?
Yeah.
And that's what it's still on.
But I cater to him. See, he won't even let me take care of his little cut. I wanted to do my parts. I wanted to do my parts. Well, thank you. So, but that's it for the Smiths. That's all. These are the one things that we love.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes,
we're glad that y'all wrote out that scripture with us. 2 Peter
yes,
1:5.
yes,
Yes. Add on to that faith, because like we said, you can get that mate, but can you keep them? And adding on to that faith, virtue and patience and perseverance and love and brotherly kindness and
yes,
self-control.
yes. All those things play their part.
They play their part. They
Yes.
play a big significant part in preserving and maintaining relationships. And ain't like I got it together. I'm learning day by day. Day by day. Trust me. Day by day. So,
Yeah.
but I love this dude right here. I love this dude.
So hopefully y'all got something out of it.
Yes.
So hopefully you enjoyed yourself
Yes.
and had some fun.
Yes. Yes. So, and so we just figured out how to do to bring guests on. So in the future, if y'all have a topic and y'all wanna, come on, send us an email, Terrence and Jill
At Gmail.
at Gmail. This was nice, Keisha. Thank you. Okay, well, we're gonna do more interactive.
Yes, and like you said, if y'all want to come on, let us know because
Yes.
that's something that we've been playing with, been talking about, and we would really like to get another voice.
Yeah.
And hear from another perspective.
Yeah. 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 Yes.
And I think that you all would love to hear from each other because most of y'all have been on here collectively, since we started. So y'all should start to understand or know each other's names when you see it. So now it'd be great for y'all to hear each other's voices and what y'all really think, and grow this family. And when you meet your soulmates, you already got a whole slew of people that hope they get an invitation.
I had quite a few people at the wedding who I met on social media. Who Sweet Nieces, we met her. Sweet Nieces was following me on. She's a cake baker. She was following me on Instagram on my Savvy Servant page. And she brought her family in, and then her brother-in-law and her sister out in California. Those are our friends out in California. And then it turned into a family friend, and they befriended Terrence, her husband, and her brother-in-law. Now her and Terrence. So they came to the wedding, and Sweet Nieces actually gifted us our wedding cake. She flew it in from Chicago on the plane the night before our wedding.
Yeah.
So we met lifelong friends on social media, lifelong friends, and so yeah. So social media is very powerful. If you're doing anything, like, yes, we want to support. Like, so drop us emails if we can. Like, if you got products out there, books. If you want us to mention, y'all our core. Like, if y'all want us to mention something, a project you're doing, an event, whatever. If you're promoting something, shoot us an email so we can shout y'all out. We're here to serve and to give. Like, really.
Yes, and this fellowshipping is awesome because, like she just said, you can build an entire village right here on social media, and then when your kids graduate, they have.
I mean, no, seriously.
All y'all kids can come to the graduation from all over the country, all over the world, and
I'm telling you awesome. Some serious stuff. I built a huge following on Instagram, the Savvy Servant. Fred Hammond, no greater love. No, girl. That is, I don't even want to sing the lyrics because I think YouTube is going to flag us. But girl, that is my song. My song. I used to have that on repeat. But yeah, on Instagram, I built Keisha, she doing it to us. On Instagram, I built a huge brand for my nonprofit coaching business, a huge brand, and lots of clients like that. My business hit 6 figures. Like, so I know the power of social media and how to build a brand. And this right here is really, and we're servant leaders at heart, because even though the Savvy Servant is a for-profit business, even though it is, and it's still up and running. Let me be clear, because I just did a video today, because like I was like, y'all still want this, not y'all, but I still got people like, don't go, don't leave us. And so I can't let that die. My husband won't let that business die. But I say that to say is that, it's social media is powerful. It is powerful. And you could really build a huge village and a following, like, on social media. So thank y'all for rocking with us. Like, y'all have been like rocking with us. And so thank y'all. Like, y'all don't have to be here on Tuesday nights. So yeah.
But we're glad that you did show up.
We glad. We love y'all.
We do.
We love y'all. So, all right, I gotta put
my
baby to bed.
We got to get up out of here.
Yep. All right.
So y'all enjoy your evenings.
Yes.
And we look forward to the next time.
Yep. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Turn on your notifications. All right. Deuces.